The next item on the agenda is the director's report. Charlie, do you have a director's report?
Yes, I do. First, of course, I would like to welcome Art Hoff to the commission. Congratulations on your appointment, and welcome to your first meeting. The City Council has met 2 times since your last meeting, August 1st and August 15th, and I'll give you a brief recap of what happened at those meetings. First, I want to note that at the August 1st meeting, the city manager, John Flores, announced that he was resigning as city manager effective in November. I'm sure you've probably heard that, but if you haven't, that was stated by him. And I just want to take this opportunity to, I know there will probably be other opportunities, but I just want to take this opportunity to briefly acknowledge Mr. Flores and all the fine work he's done for the city since he's been here since 1988. He certainly made a profound impact on my career. He gave me the opportunity to prove myself as a planning director, and I'll always be grateful for that. Of course, it was instrumental in the renaissance of Emeryville that's occurred in the last couple of decades. Obviously, he didn't do it by himself. It was a team effort with a consistent vision from the City Council and the Planning Commission and staff, but I think it's fair to say that without Mr. Flores' leadership, the amazing changes that we've seen over the last 18, 20 years would not have happened. So he's definitely going to be missed. And the council will be doing a search, a nationwide search for a new city manager, but he's going to be a tough act to follow. Let's see. Other things that happened at the council meeting on August 1st, they held a study session on parking, and that was continued to a joint meeting with the Planning Commission. The date of that meeting has now been confirmed for Thursday, September 14th. It will be here in the council chambers. It's going to start at 7:15 p.m. because there is I think it's a public art committee meeting. There's some other meeting that's prior to it that will end about 7. So we'll be convening the joint meeting with the council at 7:15 on the 14th. They also considered a sidewalk cafe ordinance. This item was pulled from the council agenda so that the commission would have an opportunity to weigh in on it, and that is on your agenda tonight. And then it will be going back to the council, I think it's on September 19th. They also considered a request for a reduction of the traffic impact fees for the Howdy Pup doggy daycare, and they did agree to reduce those fees if certain conditions are added to the use permit. That is also on your agenda tonight. They did approve a green short-term parking zone in front of the doggy daycare on the recommendation of the Transportation Committee. And they appointed Commissioner Donaldson to the General Plan Steering Committee upon your recommendation, which she attended last Tuesday. At the August 15th meeting, the Redevelopment Agency heard a status report on the Oak Walk project, which is moving ahead. The deal on the houses on 41st Street is in the process of being negotiated between the Redevelopment Agency and the developer. They agreed to purchase, the Redevelopment Agency and City agreed to purchase the 50 public parking spaces from Pulte in the Glass House project. They also agreed to issue a request for proposals for the development of the triangular parcel at the southeast corner of 59th and Hollis. This is the where the forklift site and the other property is across the Greenway from elevation 22. They approved the first reading of an ordinance which the commission approved at your last meeting on compliance with federal, state, and local laws, a small amendment to the zoning ordinance. They also considered the ordinance that you recommended approval of at your last meeting concerning residential demolitions. They did direct staff to revise that ordinance so that it would require city council approval of such demolitions. That will mean that most likely that the entire project, including the replacement project, would require council approval following a recommendation from the commission. And the revised ordinance will be going back to the council at their next meeting on September 5th. And certainly, last but certainly not least, after all these many years, they approved the Park Avenue District Plan. So that is now behind us, and we're ready to implement it. The implementation measures will be coming to you in the not-too-distant future. The General Plan Update Steering Committee had their last meeting day before yesterday. There was a presentation by the consultants, Diet and Bhatia, and a committee discussion on the future development scenarios. This discussion will be continued at their next meeting on September 26th, and the alternatives will then be presented at a public workshop, which will probably be in November, and after that we'll be bringing a preferred plan from those scenarios back to the Planning Commission and City Council at a joint meeting. And finally, I just have a few announcements about some upcoming events. There will be a meeting concerning leaf blowers and a proposed ban on leaf blowers and what feedback people may have about that. Next Wednesday, August 30th, and that will be at 5:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. There is a meeting scheduled in the Triangle neighborhood on traffic calming, and that will be on Saturday, September 16th, from 10 in the morning till noon. It will either be at the Recreation Center or the Senior Center. We don't know which location at this point, but look for an announcement about that soon. The ethics training that Ms. Victor previously mentioned to you at your last meeting has now been scheduled for 4 p.m. Prior to the October Commission meeting, which is on Thursday, October 26th. So please mark your calendars for Thursday, October 26th at 4 p.m. here in this room. And I already mentioned the joint meeting on parking with the City Council that will be on Thursday, September 14th at 7:15 p.m. here. That's my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of Charlie? Thanks, Charlie.